Welcome back, children. Now, let us continue with the previous concept. Now, in the previous video, I have explained about preparation of food material. Preparation of food material with the help of microorganisms. In that video, we have seen that curd is prepared by microorganisms. Idli dosa, fermented products are prepared by microorganisms. Breads and cakes, that means even in the bakery products also, microorganisms are necessary. Microorganisms are necessary. Let us continue with the topics. Now, in that I told you that there is a process called fermentation. What is that called? Fermentation. So, the process of conversion of sugars into alcohol is called as what? Fermentation. The process of conversion of sugars into alcohol. Please concentrate now. The process of conversion of sugars into alcohol is termed as what? Fermentation. For that process of fermentation only we have added what? Yeast powder to maida to make it very softer and to increase its volume. Okay, and now when you take sugars will be converted into what? Alcohol. In the process called what? Fermentation. With the help of what? Yeast. With the help of yeast. This process is called as what? Fermentation. What is that called, ma? Fermentation. Now, the same process will be useful for the preparation of alcohol, wine, beer. Okay, all hot drinks are also prepared by microorganisms. All hot drinks are also prepared from microorganisms. Now, when you take where is this yeast growing? How these microorganisms are there in that idli dosa product? Means basically this yeast grows in grains like wheat, rice. Now when you prepare dosa, you will be adding rice to it. In that rice what will grow? Yeast will grow. Yeast will undergo what? Fermentation. So it will increase in size and makes the idli or dosa softer. You got my point, ma? So it will be growing in wheat, rice, barley, etc. Okay, and in the molasses, so in the sugar industry, molasses will become. Okay, so by the sugar industries, in the molasses will be converted into ethyl alcohol, a useful chemical called ethyl alcohol by adding yeast. Okay, molasses is coming from what? Sugar industry. That molasses, if you add yeast to that, that means if you ferment this molasses, it will be converted into ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol. Got my point, ma? So all these there are many uses of microorganisms in the preparation of food materials. So once again I will repeat for you, ma. The first one is what? The first one is curd. Second one is idli, dosa, breads, cakes, almost all the bakery items. Okay, alcohol, wine, beer, and finally ethyl alcohol is also with the help of yeast. With the help of yeast. And now let us talk about the next one called medicine. So what is the medicine? Now there is no medicine for corona. There are very living stories who are losing their lives because there is no medicine for corona. Now today we are suffering from corona. In and out there is lockdown condition. No school, nothing. We are staying at homes. We are packing ourselves with a mask. We are sanitizing our hands with sanitizers. We are maintaining social distance because there is no medicine for corona. Previously, dates back, when many days were there, before there are few diseases which are harming many people. Many people because there are no medicines. Like that, few used to die because of bacterial diseases. Later on, scientists came forward in discovering medicines for killing one microorganism. They are using another microorganism. Likewise, penicillin came out during the Second World War time. Then during which year, ma? This is around about 1930s. During the Second World War time, a scientist called Alexander Fleming. He is a doctor for whom you know soldiers. Okay, he He is a doctor. He is a doctor. He is an army doctor. He is an army doctor. So he used to treat the soldier who was suffering from dangerous diseases. Now during the Second World War time, there were many soldiers who were affected with some skin infection, some disease, and they were dying. No one is able to notice what is the reason. Then at that time, Dr. Alexander Fleming focused on this bacterial disease. Now, for that, what he did, he took a petri dish. He kept the medium necessary for that bacterial growth, and he was growing bacteria in the petri dish. And finally, in one corner, he found that bacteria is dead. So, when all the other bacteria are alive, what made this bacteria to die? Then he took that part and he kept it under the microscope, and he found out that this area of bacteria is dead because of fungi. Because of what? Fungi. And he noticed that that fungi is Penicillium notatum. What is that now? Please repeat after me. Penicillium notatum. Once again, Penicillium notatum. You got my point now? First of all, he took a petri dish. He poured the medium which is necessary for the growth of bacteria. He is doing some investigations, and he is growing bacteria in that petri dish. Accidentally, he found out that in one corner, one bacteria is dead. He noticed that when all the other bacteria are alive, what made this bacteria to die? He took that part where the bacteria was dead, and he started investigating on that area, and finally he found out that there is a fungus there. There is a fungus which attacked this bacteria and killed this bacteria. With that, we take to a conclusion that fungi is having the capacity to kill bacteria, and he found out that fungi is Penicillium notatum. And now, from that Penicillium notatum, he collected a sample and he prepared a medicine called penicillin, which is an antibiotic. Penicillin is prepared from what now? A fungus called Penicillium notatum. Then there he found out that this fungus is having the capacity to kill what? To kill bacteria. To kill bacteria. Okay, so this Penicillium notatum has the capacity to kill bacteria. Finally, he prepared an injection called penicillin. Then he introduced it to many soldiers and saved many lives. Being an army doctor, he did complete justice in saving many soldiers. So, in this way, now we came to understanding what? So, few microorganisms are useful. Okay, first we have seen that it is useful for the preparation of food material, and second we came to the conclusion that it is helping in killing the other microorganisms, harmful microorganisms. Okay, in that way penicillin was found, being an army doctor. Okay, and next one is aromycin. Dr. There were many vaccines in which year, how they were found out, afterwards I will say you. Okay, aromycin. It is given by a scientist called Ella Praglas Subbara. It is nothing but tetracycline. Tetracycline. There is dangerous disease called plague, typhoid. Everything was cured by aromycin. In this way, because of microorganisms. What is that now? Penicillin, aromycin. This type of medicines came forward to save the lives of humans. So, by this you can understand that these microorganisms saved the lives of soldiers and many human beings. And now let us see the third one called vaccine. Third one is what? Vaccine. What is the difference between antibiotic and vaccine? What is the difference between general medicine and vaccine? Okay, what is the difference means? Now listen here. When you get a disease, you will go to your doctor and he will prescribe some medicine, and you will take that medicine and you will kill that microorganisms with that chemical and you will become. That is what sentence. So you came to a well-known sentence, called prevention is always better than cure. Prevention is always better than cure. Now, corona is a very burning issue for you. Your parents are saying like this, vaccine vastene school ki pampistam. What is the use of vaccine? What is the use of vaccine, you know? Now see here. What is the use of vaccine means? Vaccine, what it is going to do is, prevention is always better than cure. Prevention is always better than cure. Before you get the disease only, for your precaution, for your prevention, in order to avoid the disease attack to you, you will take a chemical. After you get the disease, if you are suffering from a bacterial disease, so imagine that you are suffering from typhoid. You go to your doctor. After you go to your doctor, he will suggest you blood test. In that blood test, they will justify that you are suffering from typhoid. Then he will give a medicine which will kill that Salmonella typhi. That is a bacteria which is causing you what? Bacterial disease. Okay, so he will suggest you some medicine. He will give you a dose or 10 or 20 or somewhat according to the percentage necessary for you, and he will send you back. Again, you will take that medicine, you will subside from that disease. But if you are taking the medicine before itself, in order to avoid that disease, typhoid raakamunde, typhoid raakunda manam teeskune manduni, we call it as vaccine. It is a precaution. It is a prevention for the disease. Now, if corona vaccine is going to come, you all will go in a queue and you all will do what? You will go for the vaccine. For what? In order to avoid yourself, in order to protect yourself, in order to safeguard yourself from that disease. Got my point now? All of you got my point? That is vaccine. What is that called? Vaccine. All of you say it, ma? Vaccine. So now we understood the difference, ma? Antibiotic means after you get the disease, you will kill that disease causing microorganism in your body with the help of antibiotic. Vaccine means before you get the disease itself, you will take some medicine in order to safeguard yourself, in order to save yourself not to get that disease. That is called vaccine. That is called what? Vaccine. Then how vaccines are prepared for polio. Polio is a very dangerous and dreadful disease. It is also called as infantile paralysis. Albert Sabin discovered vaccine for polio. Edward Jenner discovered vaccine for smallpox. How are they able to do? You know? So, in preparation of medicine or penicillium notatum, you have seen penicillin. So, by using this chemical, what are you doing? You are killing bacteria. Then how microorganisms are useful in the preparation of vaccine means, now listen here. Now, first of all, in the vaccine, what do? You know? They will take the dead antigens. Now, if you are taking polio vaccine, imagine that you are taking polio vaccine. Polio is caused by, poliomyelitis is caused by a virus. So, first of all, they take dead antigens which are prepared by poliovirus. Poliovirus ki sambandhinchina antigens, dead antigens. They will collect the dead microorganisms of poliovirus and they will inject it into our body in the form of injection. ఎప్పుడైతే మన బాడీలోకి when they enter into our body like this, our body has a capacity that is called immune power. What is that called? Immune power. That immune power, that means WBC cells are there which will prepare antibodies. These are what? Antigens. To fight with that microbes. Body will release what? Antibodies. And is there any use of antibodies? No, because already these are what? Dead. There is no need of battle. There is no need of battle. So obviously that antibodies will be ready produced in the body. If at all in your future, if any polio virus enters into your body, already antibodies are ready here now. So with that ready antibodies will be readily fighting with that microorganisms. Got my point now? So after you get the disease, if you take medicine, after you get the disease, if you take antibodies, if WBC are producing antibodies, they may not be successful. But if you take vaccine like this, that means dead antigens are introduced into your body. By observing that, antibodies are produced by WBC. There is no need of that antibodies because already these are what? Dead. By observing that, they may release and they get kept ready in the body. Soon after that, after your life goes on like that, if any virus unfortunately enters into your body also, seeing that immediately they will fight with the virus. Okay, in this way, vaccines will be prepared. Prepared by what? In that way only, Edward Jenner prepared vaccine for smallpox, Albert Sabin